Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. These are your doctors, Irina and Susan, bringing you back to Time series. And today we will discuss AI platform that is called DeepSeek, our data detective. DeepSeek was created in 2023, so one of the newest AI platform, and it's really focused on math, codes, and analytics. It's very useful for things like population health trends, remote monitoring data, outcome analysis. Just think about it as AI platform that can turn your numbers into the insights.
Yep.
It's very strong at reasoning and analytics, and it handles codes, math, statistics, and it's great with structured data like CSV files and tables. And I know many computer programmers who use DeepSeek as their platform of choice, and they have a lot of different choices.
Yeah.
So, like we said, with everything, there's strength and weaknesses. Susan, what is DeepSeek's strength?
Yeah, well, again, it's like you said, it's the data detective. So anytime we're talking data, codes, analysis, this is your go-to AI tool. So you're talking about data-driven reasoning. So it really it excels at analyzing really large data sets and using, identifying patterns and then summarizing trends. So anytime you're looking at data, I think of so much like population, environmental, all of that is so important, and DeepSeek can get it done, and the results are just amazing. It also generates code. It can auto write Python or R scripts, and that produces analysis promoting transparency and reproducibility. Now, I will kind of full disclosure here. I know nothing about code. And yet I know that there are some nurses who actually had used DeepSeek to write codes for them to create some onboarding things in their organization. So it can be used quite readily. And then finally, item and outcome analysis. It can compute difficult indices, p-values, and discrimination scores for assessments and quality metrics. So any type of research stuff that, is using that kind of thing, it's great for those kind of things.
Yeah, and I think Susan, I haven't written codes either, but I did use DeepSeek in code generation to try and see how my website could be better.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
think you and I need to vouch that we'll sit down and
yeah,
learn how to code, because this is the first time ever, I think, in our history that nurses can use something and actually come up with codes and create our websites, which is
absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah,
So those were strengths. Of course, everything has a weakness. And what I think I failed to mention is like every AI platform that we discussed already, it has a free version and also has a paid version. So just so you know, in generally, free usually gives you very basic, time limited, sometimes timing, meaning like maybe it's not as up to date. Maybe it goes back to only 2023.
yeah.
Whereas with paid version, it's you can use it for much longer, depends on how much you pay, and it's also way more relevant in terms of timing. So DeepSeek weaknesses. It is not a creative writer. Remember we talked about how ChatGPT is like super creative, and Claude is emotionally intelligent. So this is not your platform when you want something that's creative, emotionally intelligent, but it is precise, analytical, just not narrative. So if you have a data, you put it in, it gives you graphs, but it's not going to explain the whole thing to you. Format really matters, meaning that if you'll upload, and by the way, I strongly suggest everybody not to copy and paste, but actually upload your documents into the AI platform. It's much better. But if your data set, like your CSV file or Excel, it's not formatted correctly or there's something wrong, it's not going to give you, it won't be able to analyze it at all. So format matters for DeepSeek. And you always have to verify and de-identify data. I know many people think, and that's a big, I think, issue right now, Susan, in healthcare is, so for example, I have a paid version of ChatGPT. So I know But if I did know, I would think, wait, I'm paying for it. This is mine. It belongs to me. So even if I upload, my patient information, like it will never go anywhere, like EMR. But it's wrong because even if you pay or not paid, if you're putting any identifiers there, you're breaking PHI because the data actually will stay there forever and it doesn't belong to you, even if you're paying for the version. So it's very important and crucial for compliance to always de-identify the data and also verify, like with any other AI platform that we used.
Absolutely. So, yeah, examples for nurses. One of the things for item analysis or exam item analysis, it can certainly pinpoint weak exam items, and that's done through, analysis. And then it can certainly summarize simulation performance, which is nice across cohorts. So it's putting in this information of all of your cohorts and then identifies outliers and then summarizes the key points of those performance indicators. It can track outcomes such as NCLEX trends, preceptor evaluations, and even program effectiveness. And finally, you can request plain language summaries for clarity and the code that produced them so that you can reproduce them. I think that's really important because sometimes when we get into the data piece, it can really be reading a foreign language. And so I think requesting those plain language summaries are something that uh, DeepSeek can do very well. And so I think those are great examples for everyone that can use them.
That's right. And I would say sometimes I started using Susan things like when I ask my AI platform something, I'll say, show me your reasoning. And
Yes.
then it actually starts showing me like, oh, I pulled this information from this website, this
Yes.
from that,
Yes.
this is what I'm
Yep.
thinking. So sometimes it's very helpful to understand whether or not whatever platform you use, are they on the right track? Are they using the right information? And then you can actually stop it and you can see where maybe the breakdown happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
again, very important. So thank you for listening. Stay tuned. More AI platforms are coming. Remember, we are talking about 6, so we have a few more to go over. Please, if you like this video, help us out by liking us, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Please find us on LinkedIn and Facebook by typing hashtag nurses for AI or nurses for artificial intelligence. Susan and I are very approachable. If you want to message us, ask any questions, we love it. And have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.